And if you're joining to the class for the first time, I welcome you once again. I also encourage all the devotees to use the Zoom chat window to post your questions and doubts regarding Bhagavad Gita so that Timur Prabhu can coordinate your questions and Guruji will answer all your questions at the end of the lecture. And now Guruji will start with today's Bhagavad Gita class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Shiyuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita. So we finished 18 slokas in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the three modes of material nature. So for those who are joining for the first time, so I'm going to cover the slokas from different chapters also. So that way you don't miss anything. This Bhagavad Gita means the song of God. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, basically he is giving us the knowledge to understand about ourselves and also to understand about Krishna also. So we are getting the knowledge about our own self, that we are not the body, we are the soul. And also we are getting the knowledge about the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, who is also Paramatma, who is the super soul. Paramatme iti chayuktaga degeshmin purushaga para. So he is seated in everyone's heart as the super soul, Paramatma. So by Krishna's mercy, we are understanding these facts, very important facts. And in this material world, everything is temporary, which we already know. Many times we are studying about it. Krishna already said very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. But the problem is that we are thinking it is permanent. So that's what is the problem. We forget. We forget in our day-to-day activities that everything is temporary. We forget that this material world is actually our life. What to speak about this material world? This material world is temporary, but our life is very, very temporary actually. It's going to come to an end. So we don't know how, but it will come to an end. That we know. We know that our life will come to an end. So that point is very clear. But we don't know how. When it comes to an end, we will have to leave this body and we will be forced to accept another body. So that is the problem. So that is the thing we need to stop. So we should not be forced to accept another body. That should be the goal of our life. So that means we should be able to plan our next life. We should use this life to plan our next life. There is no point in only planning about in this life, I want to become like this, I want to become that, I want to achieve this, achieve that. So that and all is useless. All the time available to us, all the resources available to us, we need to effectively use all this life to actually plan about our next life. That's what is very important. And that's going to be possible only if we first of all know about ourselves, that we are not the body, we are the soul. Without that knowledge, thinking that this science, what we have today, this modern science, so-called science, this is what everything like that, if we think, then we are making a huge mistake. Because the science is not going to help us to solve our real problems. Our real problems are birth, old age, disease, and death. So this modern science only helps us to solve the problems in our body. And therefore, unfortunately, these days we will get more problems with our modern life actually, because of this stressful situation. Everyone is forced to work. And unfortunately, both parents have to work these days. There is no one to see the children. It's a very pathetic situation. So at least mother or father should be at home to take care of the child. There is no point in leaving the child in the daycare and let somebody else to take care. It should not be, the life should not be like this. It is not at all good. The child actually should be under the care of the parents. That's what is very important. But what to do? Because our needs have become so much, and we have to live in a city life, and we need to meet a lot of monthly expenses, and due to this unfortunate situation, we are not able to give enough care to the children. So that itself is actually, it's a very, very hellish life. It's a hellish life for the parents and hellish life for the children, not able to spend enough time with the child. So that way, in this material world, we are always under stress. And that stress is not at all good for our body, our health. So we are thinking that we are going to solve all these problems with our technology, with our all these things. But the opposite is true. We are actually creating more problems. In fact, if we lead a peaceful life, if we are able to lead a stress-free life, then we won't get any of these diseases what we have today, like blood pressure or heart, or like heart attacks, a lot of things, cholesterol, high cholesterol, blood pressure, and a lot of problems, sugar, diabetes. So all these problems actually it can be easily avoided, because under stress only we are doing all those things. So these are all stress-induced problems in our body. We need to understand this fact very clearly. It's very important for us to understand. This is the science, the real fact, the real reason. Actually, we are actually having all kinds of health problems. It is because we are not able to lead a peaceful life. We are not able to plan a peaceful life. So that's why all these things are all stress-induced problems. High heart rate, blood pressure, all those things. All when the stress is when the stress actually, what happens? I mentioned many times in the past that there is something called sympathetic nervous system. Whenever we are getting stressed out, when we get stressful situations, so then immediately all these things are going to be activated. Everything immediately, heart will start beating very fast, and blood pressure is going to increase, and then our digestion system will be actually become very slow, or metabolism, all those things, everything is going to be in trouble. And unfortunately, we are not even able to eat a healthy diet these days because of no time, because we are spending so much of time in the traffic, all such things. So now, because of the pandemic situation, people are forced to stay inside. This is also leading a hellish life for us. We need to realize and understand, at least with these kind of situations, we need to understand that this material world is actually dukkhalayam. That's what Krishna is explaining in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is teaching us that this is a place for miseries. We need to realize this fact. This is not a good place for us to lead a permanent life and blissful life. That's not going to happen at all. So once we realize this, then we need to understand that our real problems is actually, it's not, our real problem is actually, we are forced to accept another body, so which we should stop. So that way, this life should be utilized only for that purpose. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to plan our next life. Let us think about, let us plan about what kind of body we are going to get in our next life. Everyone is going to die. We know that we have got a body now. We have got a body, whatever body we have got this body. And of course, we need to work to at least maintain our body. Krishna is saying very clearly that Sarira Yatra Pichate na prasaddayet akarmanaga. So having obtained this body, so we are not going to get anything good for us if we don't work, if we don't act. Na prasaddayet akarmanaga. At least to maintain our body, we need to work. Nahi deha prita sakyam tyaktum karmani aseshataka. So we cannot give up the work completely. After getting this body, we cannot give up this work, our activities completely. We need to work, we need to act. But we should act in such a way that it should help us to free ourselves from this material world. That's what is very important. In such a way that we should not come back again to this material world. We should not be forced to accept another body in this material world. So we should act like that with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita teaches us. Bhagavad Gita is actually teaching, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is actually teaching us to act in such a way that we will be able to remember him at the time of death. That should be the goal of our life. We should remember Krishna. We should connect with Krishna. So in order to remember Krishna at the time of death, we should connect with Krishna now. When we live, we should be able to connect with Krishna, and we should connect with Krishna all the time. All the time we should be connected with Krishna 24/7. Then only we can remember Krishna at the time of death. That's going to be possible only by knowing more and more about Krishna, only by understanding a lot about Krishna and developing their love towards Krishna and spreading Krishna's message and all the time glorifying Krishna and falling in love with Krishna and thinking and remembering only Krishna. That's what is very important. In this material world, there is nothing like love. It's all lust. It's all lust. Nothing love here. Without loving Krishna, we cannot love anyone else in this world. Everything is simply lust. We need to understand. So the real love comes only when we love Krishna, then we can love everyone. Without loving Krishna, without knowing about Krishna, that is simply materialistic attachment. So that's what anything having attachment to the material things, it's basically lust. So with the Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we can actually understand that we are not the body, we are the soul. Not only ourselves, everyone is the soul, not only the human beings, even the animals, even all other species, everything is the soul. And we will be able to see every soul as the same, equal, samam. Samam means equal, samam pasyati. So one should be able to see everyone as equal, samam pasyati yo Arjuna. Sukham va yadiva dukkham. So atmopamyena sarvatra samam pasyati yo Arjuna. Samam pasyati. That's what Krishna is teaching us. One should see them, every soul is equal, every individual soul is equal, whether it's that soul is having a body of a dog or pig or elephant or anything. All are souls. That's what is very important. We should see the soul. If we see that, then we don't even kill and eat animals. There is no point in killing the poor animals and eating them, eating their flesh. When we kill humans and eat, we say that it's a murder. We will be put into jail. But the same thing in Krishna's court, if we kill animals also, we will be in problem, we will be in trouble. We need to understand. Krishna is teaching us that I am the father of all living entities. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murteya sambhavantiyagam tasham brahma mahadyonir aham bija prataka pita. Krishna is the pita. Krishna is the seed-giving father of all living entities. So that way, if we have slaughterhouses, if we kill animals, if we eat meat, all such things, we are actually violating. We are actually creating trouble. We are committing sins. So we will have to answer. So Krishna's court, we will be punished. That's what is very important. So that's why a Pandita will see with equal vision. A Pandita, a cow, an elephant, a dog, or a dog eater, or a Brahmana, everyone, a Pandita will see them with only equal vision. So that way, we don't have to kill poor animals and eat their flesh. There is no point. It's not good. If we do that, then we cannot go to Krishna. Then there is no way we can plan our next life. Our next body is not going to be definitely a good body. Definitely, we are not going to get a human body. For us, since we are studying Bhagavad Gita, we are having so much faith on Krishna. We love Krishna so much, and we are studying this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Definitely, we are in the right track. We are progressing. Krishna's mercy, we are going towards Krishna. So we should give up all these kinds of attachments so that we can actually progress very fast towards Krishna, so that we will be able to completely detach ourselves from this material world and go to Krishna's well, Goloka. All our work we should do only for Krishna. Sarva karmani api sata, sarva karmani. All the works, madhya pashega. Do it only for me. That's what Krishna is teaching us. If you do that, then by my mercy, you will attain the eternal kingdom. That's what Matprasadat avapnoti saswatam padam avyam. So that should be the goal of our life. So we should plan our next body so that if you really want a good body, if you really in our next life, if you want a good life, so we can actually progress more towards Krishna, that we don't want to struggle and suffer in this material world. So we should actually now take this process very seriously. This process of studying Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita, following Bhagavad Gita, spreading Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is the way of our life. Bhagavad Gita is everything for us. And Krishna is everything. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if we take that way, there is no doubt that by Krishna's mercy, we will be able to reach Krishna very quickly. That's what is very important. We should be able to conquer the birth in this world. We should be able to conquer the death. So, ihaiva taihi jitaga sargau. So we should conquer jitaga. Jitaga means conquer. This sargau means taking birth in this world. Ihaiva taihi jitaga sargau. We should get liberation from the jara and marana, old age and death. Jara, marana. So we should conquer. Jara, marana, mokshaya. Jara, marana, mokshaya. Mamashitya yadantiye. So we should take shelter unto Krishna. We should take shelter unto this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. We should follow this Bhagavad Gita, the instructions given by Krishna fully, very clearly. Krishna has given us the knowledge. So we need to follow every day. So by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, by preparing prasadam and offering prasadam to Krishna, and by reading Bhagavad Gita, by reading Krishna Kathas and making more devotees and spreading this message and bringing more devotees out to our class, because if you notice in our Bhagavad Gita class every day, we don't talk anything other than Bhagavad Gita. All the time, entire time, we are talking only about Bhagavad Gita, only about Krishna, what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. We are not at all deviating anything. None of us here are imposing our own ideas or thoughts. Everything is Krishna's, the knowledge given by Krishna. That's what is very important. So we need to directly study Bhagavad Gita and fully depend on what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Then our life will be very, very peaceful and blissful. So in the 14th chapter, we finished 18 slokas. Krishna taught us in the 18th sloka we studied yesterday. Urdvam gachanti sattvasta madhye tishtanti rajasa jaganya guna vrittista ado gachanti tamasa. So those in the mode of goodness will get elevated to higher planets. Those in the mode of passion, in the Rajoguna, they will be in the middle level earthly planets. Those in the mode of ignorance will go to the Adogati, the hellish planets. So then in the next sloka, what we are studying today in this sloka number 19, Krishna is teaching very important sloka. Krishna is giving in this sloka how to get ourselves freed from the three modes of material nature. It's very important. Krishna is teaching us. Nanyam gunebhyah kartaram yada drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha param vethi madbhavam sodigacchati. Na anyam gunebhyah kartaram. Gunebhyah means the gunas. Na anyam means other than gunas. So nothing other than the modes of nature. Kartaram or the doer or the performer. So one who is able to yada, one who is able to see like this, drashta anupasyati. So one who is able to see, so he is the real seer, he is actually seeing. One who is able to see that nothing other than the three modes of material nature are acting. All our activities, each and every activity. It's actually done by, it is carried out by the three modes of material nature. Nothing other than the three modes of material nature are acting. When he is able to see that, if he is able to see that, then he will be able to free from the modes of nature. Gunebhyascha param veti. You know that, you understand that he will be able to free from the three modes of material nature. Just by seeing in each and every activity, only the modes of nature are in control. We are not doing anything. I am not doing anything. You are not doing anything. No one is doing anything. Everything is done by the three modes of material nature. So that is the science. That is the knowledge. We understand only from Bhagavad Gita, nowhere else. So if you are able to just see that, then we are freed. Madbhavam sodigacchati. You will be able to attain my nature. That's what Krishna is saying, that Madbhavam sodigacchati. So that's what in the 18th chapter in Shloka Krishna says that Yasya na ahankrito bhavo buddhihi yasya na lipyate hatva api sayama lokan na hanti na nibadyate. One who thinks that he is not the doer. Yasya na ahankrito bhavo. And whose intelligence is not entangled. Buddhihi yasya na lipyate. So hatva api sayama lokan. Even if he kills someone in this world, he is na hanti na nibadyate. He is not killing anyone and he is not bound. So that way we should see in each and every activity only the three modes of material nature are doing. We are not doing anything. When one properly sees that in all activities, no other performer is at or than these modes of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord, who is transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature. So that's what Madbhavam Sodigacchati. So that's what Krishna is there. So Paramveti. Paramveti means who knows about the Supreme Lord. So that's what Paramveti, who understands about Krishna. So that's what Gunebhyascha Paramveti Madbhavam Sodigacchati. So we have to see like that. We have to see everywhere only the three modes of material nature are in action. So Uttaramantam Sitam Vapi Bunjanama Gunanvitam Vimudanana Pashyanti Jnana Chakshusa. So how we quit one body and take another body and enjoy under the modes of nature? A fool cannot see all these things. Only a person who has got the eyes of knowledge can see all these things. So now we are getting the eyes of knowledge. We are getting this Bhagavad Gita. So we will be able to see everything. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are studying this Bhagavad Gita. If we follow this Bhagavad Gita, if we are able to just please Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, just by understanding all the slokas and just doing whatever Krishna is teaching us, we are all ready to go to Krishna's well, and it will happen. There is no doubt about it. It's all happening by Krishna's mercy. So all our problems can at once be solved completely only by this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, which we are getting by Krishna's mercy. Hare Krishna. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished this sloka number 19 today. So now we will chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So we are following one of the very important instruction given by Krishna in the 6th chapter, that Manas Samyamya Matchittu Yukta Asita Matparaga. So this